Welcome back. I hope that your day has been a good one and you found ways to put energy into your day. I'm going to share with you today tips and tools for finding center and grounding. And this is so if you're in the position of needing to be able to focus and bring everything in for attention, hopefully this is going to help you find it. Tai Chi does it, but sometimes if you can't do the set all the way through on your own and you don't have anybody to help you with that, you might be just picking and choosing some different exercises, which is all great, but maybe you're feeling a little bit frazzled with it, and just how can we hone it in to find your center and find your grounding for you. And this helps with getting everything flowing through the body, and I'm hoping that as we've gone through this whole series, and this is almost like we're coming to the end of the third week, which is unbelievable, but as you come into that, hopefully you're going to start to be more aware of what does it feel like inside of you when you're experiencing the spiral rotation, when you find the deep breath. What does it feel like? What does it feel like when you are centered and grounded? Or what does it feel like when you're not? And then can you quickly get yourself centered and grounded using a couple Tai Chi exercises? So that's my focus today. I'm not going to add on to the set. We've gone quite a ways, and up to that was Fan Penetrates Back after pushing the needle to sea bottom. That's a good place. And I will progress into the second half of the Tai Chi set and a little bit more low cup in the coming days. But for right now, this is where we're at. Okay, so let's get started. I'm also going to mention tomorrow there's a meeting that's planned with a bunch of people in the States, and they pick the time slot that matches up with Tai Chi. So if that's the case, I will post first thing in the morning tomorrow that the Tai Chi session will be 1 hour earlier. And I have to be on that meeting. So if I put it an hour earlier, I will post it earlier that I'm going to do that. And hopefully that meets with all your schedules, but you can always play the replay. So I apologize for that. I've tried my best, but have to work with everybody. So, okay, let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is bubble bath. So usually we start with the set and we try to get the energy flow, but I'm going to do it this way just so you can experience what does it feel like. So at the moment, just notice, can you feel your feet? What do they feel like? What do your legs feel like? What does the body feel like? The neck, arms? And just notice where there is energy, where there isn't energy, where it's tight, where it's loose. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make bubble bath. So I want you to take your hands and just bring them towards each other until it's kind of like they almost get sucked towards each other, and then they kind of hit a little spot where they have a little resistance. When you find that space, that's the difference between the field of your one hand and the field of the other hand. They find each other. Now you've got them directed at each other, so they're interacting. And you may notice it starts to change. What we're going to do is we're just going to massage that a little bit. All right, whoever put their thumbs out, I'll that go up my screen. But all I can see, I can't see names or anything, but I can see that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to fluff it a little bit more. Already I can feel the shift in just the energy within myself. With this. Okay, so we're going to fluff it a little bit more. All right, so now we're just really building up that energy. And as that comes in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to bring the bubble bath into my field. So before it was between my hands, I'm going to turn my hands and it's in my field. So that's the space of energy that surrounds our body and reads frequency. Information that's coming to the body and coming into the body and being interpreted in the body. And so what I'm going to do is we're just going to fluff into that space. So what I'm noticing with my hands, just as I'm doing this, when I go up here, there's actually heat on the other side of my hands. I don't know what that means, I'm just noticing. Doesn't matter, just being aware. Okay, and I'm just going to bring it behind me, a little bit on this side. Okay, behind my legs, ankles, feet, just pulling that all in. now I'm just going to smooth it out. Just to feel it's kind of like a big globe going all the way around me, but I'm going to give it a rainbow of color, and I'm just going to let it just be there. Okay, so now that we've done that bubble bath, just take your hands back together again, and you may notice there's a difference. So before I was like sucked right in, and it was like it found a spot close together, and now I do that with my hands, it's kind of out here. So I've expanded what I'm able to sense with my field, significantly actually, and that was just with a little bit of exercise. Okay, so now let's take the 4 concepts that we've been working on across January, February, March, and now April. So we had palms, gi, lu, and on. So 4 different forces. We're going to apply them to the seated form up to fan penetrates back. Okay, so let's start with the bow. Same as we've done before, and the motions that we're going through, we do because it allows us to get the flow happening. And this is going to find our center and our grounding. So I'm going to take my hands, I'm going to connect my hands through my knees to my feet. You may notice all of a sudden there's a difference. Okay, and for me they just feel very much more alive. Okay, so I've got to there, and now I'm going to bring in commencement. So I'm going to push into the feet, expand the belly, the arms float, and then sink. Okay, so taking those forces. So there's on, open the hips, and you're going to pull yourself forward, fall into the feet. Right at the end, the hand goes out flat, and then expansion through the spine, contraction into lower dantian. And here we go, left grasp bird's tail. Push into the feet, hold the ball. So we're going to make the T. This is going to go at your wrist. Turn the hand. Palms pass each other. Very aware of each other as you go past. Hands are going to turn, palm towards palm, falling into the feet. Push into the feet. That's going to come back up and sink out. Push into the feet. The fingertips face each other. There's the pausing that comes in between the hands, goes through lower dantian, comes around and out. Push into the feet. Step up to raise hands, and then just let that sink. Hand. This is going to fall forward, just very gentle. Push into the feet. White stork spreads wings. Lift, 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 and turn the hand. Last time we were working on that space between the vertebra. Brush knee. Push into the feet. There's our pause. Sink. Lines everything up. Spine's going to open. And brush knee. Twist step. Let that open. Brush knee. Step, brush knee, open the hands. So again, there's this suspension just for that moment, the pause, and then it relaxes. Open the hands and brush knee. Twist step, hold the flowers. So the palms are going to come up. Rise through that spine, in with the right, lower dantian with the left, wipe the sleeve with the left, and then we're going to punch and fall forward. Wipe the sleeve again. 2 hands are going to go out. Now you're going to fall forward into the feet, and you'll feel the hands expand up through the spine, up through the top of the head, sink, and then this is going to lift up, suspend, and open. Okay, so now we got Carry the tiger to the mountain. Brush knee right. Bow and arrow back. And then palm to palm is going to come forward. Open the hands. Two hands out. Oh, I'm laughing because this should have been whip out diagonal, but there were a whole bunch of little signs that went up my screen, and then some more people signed on, and whoop, there went my thought. Can we go back to carry tiger to mountain? Okay, so open. I apologize. Brush knee right. Hello, Hunter. Wipe the sleeve. That's so funny. I see you, Yvonne. I see you, Jeanette. Open the hands. I'm not blaming you. I just see you. Okay. This should have been go round, whip out diagonal, makes a T. Drop the elbows. Now here you've got pushing to the right, or belly leads you over to the left. Belly leads you back to the center, and then you're going to fall forward. Push into the feet. The hands are going to turn. Open the hands, and you remember as that palm was turning, you sink back towards the tailbone, and then you have a lift and a rise that comes into the spine, and then this is going to be ward off monkey. So there's that moment of pause right there. Go straight back, up, everything expands, comes back in, sink. It's going to go right back, straight back. Open the hands. Hands turn, sink. This is going to expand. This would come around, flying at a slant. Right hand is going to come through. Push into the feet. Strong pepa. Line the spine up. Lift up through the spine so you can feel everything separating. Drop. Push into the feet. White stork spreads wings up to the top. Then you have that small rotation. Opens. And then brush knee. That's going to come back. Push knee to C-bottom. So the right hand turns towards the floor. This is where you find out where your gifts are. You bring that gift back. You expand it. Turn. Opening the hands. And you share your gifts with the world. This is what this action means. Coming through. Okay. Good. Okay, so if you just signed on, we were just doing the same part that we've done the last couple of days, just up to fan penetrates back, just to get it really nice and soft using the 4 concepts of energy flow that we've been talking about. And so we put all that in there. We were trying to find suspension where everything just stops for that moment where the vertebrae all separate, spine lengthens, and then where there's that sink or contraction. And in some cases we had expansion come through the spine, but contraction happened in lower dantian, and then it separated and went a different way. So we were just playing around with that concept. Okay, without trying to be distracted at the same time. Let's do it again. And I hope now, because we talked about at the very beginning, centering and grounding, hope now you just feel like you're totally involved in what you're doing, and that your mind, whatever was going on out there, is sucked right in, is now focused. And the focus is really on you and your breath and how you can relax the body, let go of the tension in it. And that's where the cells start to rejuvenate. But you also have to be there for a little while so that you set that process up, keep that relaxation going, and the cells will start to regenerate if you maintain that. So that's why practicing Tai Chi for a while, not just a couple minutes, makes a big difference, because you get that energy flow started, get right down into the cells, right into the DNA, and you can make big changes, but you just have to stay there for a while. Okay, so let's do it again. That's a good idea. So we've got commencement, and then sink. So now you have a suspension up through the spine, and then there's going to be a drop, sink. left grasp for its tail, left hand comes out. Right hand is spiraling at the back. It spirals to turn, and you're up, nice and tall. Fingertip goes to your wrist, the right, turn the right. Pull the left back, pull an arrow, and then you're going to sink forward, drop. Open the hands, sink, and this is going to drop. Comes around, so you push through the feet, you brought that through the middle of the body, lift up through the spine, and let that drop. Step up to raise hands, push through the feet. There's that suspension there for that moment, and then sink. And as you do that, the elbows come together, the spine lets go, drops and opens. Up. So now you've got a lift, and then a fall. Push into the feet, contracts and lifts. Separate, 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 and then spine rotation. Just see how all the links come together. It's just so beautiful. Brush knee. Push into the feet. That separates. Strum the pepa. So up through the top of the head, you open the spine. Spiral. Brush knee left. Twist step. There's a nice lift there. Up, 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 up. Sink. Opens. Up. Lift, lift, lift. And then brush knee. Open the hands. There's the lift there. Strum the pepa. Open the hands. That's got a lift in it. And then brush knee. Twist step. Hold the flowers. It's going to come in. It's going to go out. Wipe the sleeve. That's going to spiral right across. And then fall forward. Push into the feet. Sends you back. There's your wipe. Two hands. Sink into the feet. Everything comes up. Sink. Cross over. Open the hands. And just let that completely relax. Drop. Oops. I was going to say, and finish, but we're not going to. Sorry. Second part. Carry tiger to the mountain. Brush knee. Bow and arrow back. So there's the spiral. Nice and expanded. Palm towards palm, falling into the feet. Open. And then fall through the feet. This is going to come around. Whip to one side, goes up to make the T. Drop the elbows. Comes around. And reach out. Right hand high. Fist goes underneath the elbow. Left hand is up. Lift in the spine to match your hand. Then as you turn the hand, there's going to be a drop into the spine, down into the pelvis. And then this is going to go ward off monkey. Straight back. This starts to come up, expand the spine. Hands change. Sinks back. Open. Lifting the spine. Straight back. Lift the spine, spiral. Flying at a slant. Comes back. Reach up. Push into the feet. Sink. Line that spine up. Lifting, lift, lift, lift. And drop. Push into the feet. I think I repeated. Brush knee. You guys are going to fire me. Push back. Sorry, this goes push needle to sea bottom. I just get so, feels so good. And then I just lose track of where I am. Okay, turn. Here's the end. Turn. Going to lift up. Sink. Comes all the way around. And lift. Just give that spine a nice separation. Okay. Sorry about that. Oh, that's too funny. It's the cues come out of my mouth. I'm trying to pay attention to all the things to tell you. I'm noticing, I'm trying to also emulate what I want you to see, what I'm experiencing. So lift, 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 turn. I'm like, oh, that just feels so good. In my head, that's what's going on. And then, boop, I have no idea where I am. So I apologize. Okay, so that gets us flow 2 times through really nicely, the expansion, contractions, and I hope you're feeling grounded and centered. I'm centered, I just can't call it out to you anymore. Okay, so let's go to the standing version. And yesterday we started talking about where the belly was going, and that takes the effort out of the movement because the belly leads you there first and everything else just follows. So let's see if we can try that. And I'm just going to let you experience it. I'll try to cue you a little bit so you know where I am without having to look at the camera or look at the screen, but also just to let you kind of fall into the experience. Okay, so if you're seated, you do exactly what we've been doing. If you're standing, here we go. So we have our commencement, and then sink. Drop the tailbone, open the hips, the knees go, and then as the fingertips turn, you feel the lower back expand, and then the right hand and right foot turn out, comes through, hold the ball. Let's see what the cat's going to do here. That's what I thought you were going to do. Left grasp for its tail, hold the ball, and then grasp for its tail. So fingertip goes into the wrist, bow and arrow is going to come back. He's on his favorite bench. Palm to palm, open. Stole it from him. 2 hands push out, and then sink back. So this is going to, right foot comes around, left toe spirals. Now, if we think about the expansion, up through the spine, and then it's going to sink, drop. Up, spiral. There's your pause for that moment, push. Belly. Belly's going to bring you to the right, to the left. Heel goes out, and there's a sink and an expansion. Foot, hand. This is going to come across, expand. White stork spreads wings. There's your lift, pause, and then the change of force. Step 1 comes through, belly's going to lead you. Step, heel goes out, sink, opens, brush knee, twist step, brush knee. I'm going to go right into the table here, brush, twist step, step through, I'm just going to back up, brush knee left, half a step, belly leads you to the right, belly leads you back to the left. Center. Belly leads you right. Just everything just suspends in each spot. Twist it. Hold the flowers. Step patois goes in, out. Wipe the sleeve. Step through, punch. Wipe the sleeve. 2 hands. Comes back, turn and turn, sink. Crosses over to the left and expand. So now your left toe is going to turn. You sink back to open the spine, step back towards your cat, and then brush knee. Hello, Hunter. Wipe the sleeve, palm to palm. Belly's going to lead you back over. Belly leads you back out. Belly leads you over. Sinks back. Okay. So this is going to go whip out, diagonal, which makes a T. Sink. Line up your spine so it's nice and straight. Then you spiral over to the left foot. Belly leads you back over to the right foot. And then coming up, nicely lifted up. Hands turn, sink, tailbone opens, hand expands. Ward off monkey, sink. That's going to go straight back, open the tailbone, lift, spiral, step, belly leads you back. Sorry, open, step, sink. Belly leads, step. Here goes the belly into the right. Belly leads you over to the left. And then it leads you back out to the front. Just step up to raise hands. Heel goes out. Sink and drop that tailbone right back. Foot, hand. Gliding across. White stork spreads wings. Really notice how the spine is able to let go, let everything expand. Step, and it's going to come right through brush knee. Half a step. Now you point that right hand towards the floor, left hand goes around the wrist, and then you're going to leave your right leg straight. Push into the floor. So everything just comes right back up the spine. And then as you get to the top, you just sink. Place the foot, belly leads you straight to the side, and then the belly is going to pull you back into the right, over to the left. Place the foot so you're facing the other side, and pull, sink. Okay. All right, so we have belly leading, we have movements flowing back and forth, and then we have this beautiful thing going on with the spine expanding and contracting. I hope you got lots of deep breath in there. Now you just really feel like you're down into your feet. Last week sometime, we measured with our feet how you were standing on them, if the weight was equal to the 9 points of the feet. If I go in there now, I'm pretty close. It's pretty equal. I'm more into my, like I can really feel my feet more than I can feel my toes. So their toes are still a little bit light, so not quite where I would like them to be. So if I wanted to, knowing that, I could work with my feet a little bit. It could be in the toyus, which we did a couple days ago. We did different variations of the toyu. So I could play with this and really focus on how my feet feel, how they're connected to the floor. That would be one way. I could go commencement. So just putting that in there and then focusing on the feet. And I also, last week we did the walks through the feet, where you walk into the toes and then the back foot push the heel up, and then you sink down into the front leg, into a one-legged danyu. Placing the foot, rising up, and then sinking down into that one-legged danyu. So that would be another way that I could really connect to my toes. Just activate them. So now, the first time I did it, my toes weren't really participating, but now they'd be like, oh yeah, we get to push off. So just making that connection, sink down into that one-legged danyu. You'll notice my hip is placed back. I'm not coming forward. I'm actually sitting down. Okay, and then to go backwards is to roll the toes over and then step back. Sink down into that leg, roll the toe over. And again, if this isn't something that your toes like, you can do it seated. There were several variations we did the other day. And you can also do this along a wall or a cupboard. So you have something to just hold on to. This can make such a difference and connect with the toes. So I'm just going to do one more. So you can see how you just, when you find out where the awareness is in the body, what are you noticing? And then, okay, what exercise do I have that I could engage to bring that all in? We had done it with arms as well, which gives you a whole body experience. So you could do that in there. So if I come back to my feet, I'm right on top of them now. Totally there, which is great. So now what I'd like to do is to move hands like clouds. This is another great way to find center and grounding and bring focus in. It also works all the dimensions of movement. So you have front to back, side to side, and up and down all at the same time. Plus you have a figure 8 pattern that passes through. All of that means you are engaging the energy flow in your body in many different dimensions, which is a lot different than just going for a walk and going straight forward. This is allowing you to do a lot more action in a bundle at one time. Okay, we had done it week and a half ago, I think, where I had you just suspend the movement and then drop it and let it feel through the spine. So there's a lot of ways we can play with this move. There's just so many things we can do. So I'm going to leave my feet on the spot for you. In that case, I'll move back so you can see all of me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that action of suspend and drop and just use one hand. So I've got my right hand out. You could use your left if you want, if it mirror image is better. Sink. So I'm pushing down into my feet, and then I'm going to come up. The palm turns, belly's going to expand. When I get out to the side, just as my hand is going for the fingers to go flat, my tailbone lines up with the floor and then drops. And it matches what's going on in my arm, which is just so cool. Okay, so this goes expanding out, tailbone drops, everything opens. Round, lengthens right out, tailbone drops, sink. You can imagine if you go back and you look at the reflex patterns that we had when we were born and the patterns we used to develop movement with. All those primary reflexes are all in there and they all engage for us to do these kinds of actions. Just to show you how intricate those movements were when you were first learning. It's very cool. Steve and Emily just had their baby yesterday, and it was so exciting to see the pictures. And I was just thinking about all those little patterns, because as the baby comes down the birthing canal, it's using those reflex patterns in order to engage them and have them ready at delivery. And after delivery, those patterns actually can do a lot of things right at the few hours after birth, which is really quite cool. And then they go and reset themselves in our body after that. And we have the opportunity in Tai Chi to gently nudge them the way we need them to go. So, hand goes out, suspend, sink, drop. It's going to go right through, comes up. Okay, so you can see that I'm just kind of going to the side, and I am going up and down. So we've got a side-to-side action, an up and down action, and then we have front to back. Just what's happening between the hand going forward, then the tailbone going backwards. So we've got the front of the body, the back of the body. And then you can probably feel in your body, there's this pattern of movement that's kind of doing this little washing machine swishing kind of thing. And that gives you multi-dimensional because you're linking them all together in one, which is really quite cool. And now we have some figure 8 patterns passing through as we go up and down. But let's add the other hand in, and that's going to give us some more. So this is going to come up. I have my right arm coming up the front. I have my left arm up to the side. And then there's a sink. Spine rotates, push up, and drops, sink. It is a little bit different than when you're using your feet. But sometimes it's nice just to link everything together. You'll start to see where the pattern, you feel it in your feet, even though we're not moving them. Push. And you can feel, so I'm down on my right, I come up off my right, I go down into my left, and I come up out of my left into my right. So there is a figure 8 pattern that happens right here without us even moving our feet, which is just so cool. Okay, so now let's get centering and grounding involved. Big breath. And push. Okay, so I'm going to drop into my right foot, step with my left. There's the figure 8 pattern. Up, drop. That goes across to the left, place the right, and then push off the right. Sink. I'll get quite as big a drop in my left leg as I do with my right. That left knee is just a little bit aggravated by my time on a bench today. Coming across, push into the foot, and up. Right. Okay, so I wanted to give you there the experience of all the different dimensions that are working together. Now let's add the pons, the gi, the lu, the on, 4 powers, and we're going to add movement to the belly, just to give us a few more things. Okay, so you're going to go down and to the right. So your expansion, pause, sink. There's your contraction. There's a pause right in the middle. It goes across. I think it was a pause on the screen too. Up, pause, sink. Over. So just like a suspends there. Sink. Push. Pause, sink. So you just feel the power as it comes through those different directions. And now add the belly. Belly drops, turns to the left, turns to the right, leads us over. Turns to the left, turns to the right, turns to the left. Sink. Right. Okay. So let's leave that for a moment and let's go to some standing Danyus. Standing Danyus being we're not going to go very deep. Because I cannot see you, I don't want anybody to be doing something wrong with their knees or their hips. So I'm just going to stay very high with what I'm going to do. But what I want to do is activate the meridians, which are probably pretty activated at the moment. But I just want to bring them back to your attention because I did that way back 2.5 weeks ago. I just want to bring that back into focus. This is a way for you, if you need to get an energy boost, to really be able to do this quickly and engage quickly. So your feet are shoulder width apart. Then you turn your toes a little bit to the corner. Turn the heels out. And then turn your toes just slightly to the corner. That just takes the pressure off the hip. So we're going to trace up central system. So there's pubic bone to the bottom of the lip. We're going to take our hands into the middle of the body. You can feel that sink. There's your Danu. Comes up, over the top, up the back, to the top of your lip. You can suspend right there. And then there's going to be a sink. There's your Danu. Lift. Sink. Tailbone lets go. You can feel that. Comes up the back, over the top. Suspended right at the top, and then sink. Beautiful. Okay, so you can feel how that pattern engages. And this is the whole core. This is a lot of information. Eyes, ears, central nervous system, all engaged just with this little bit of tracing. Beautiful. Okay, so we've got that. So now let's do the hands for Danyus. If you're sitting on the bench, they're going to go up and out, in and back. If we're standing, and do the same thing, except our tailbone's going to go back, and then we're going to sink, lift up, sink, just let everything go. You're not going to sink very far because I cannot see you. I want you to be safe. Your knees are behind your toes. Your back is long and open. Your hip is relaxed. Okay. If you're sitting on the bench, you might have done the pattern of 3, seated to standing, but you can do just seated. Whichever is fine. And I'm just going to do this last one here. Sink. Right. Okay. So we're going to go cheekbone, stomach meridian. Goes around the face, goes down the front of the body, and sweeps off the feet. That comes back in, comes up towards the ribs, armpit, then to the ribs. And then one hand goes out, and the other hand goes underneath. The palms to the floor, palms pass each other. Sweep over, and you're going to look away, so your hand goes to your ear. Other side goes underneath, over the top, look away, so you can go by the side of your ear. Right, so we do our Danyus. Lift, here's our suspension, and sink. So our pause at the bottom, push. Suspend, tailbone starts to drop, sink. Push into the feet, suspend, sink. Push into the feet, suspend, sink. Push into the feet, and then sink. I don't know how many that was. I'm just going to stop there though. So you do the next part. Bladder, over the head, down the back of the body, down the center of the back, behind the knees, under the feet. There's a nice little Danyu in there. Comes back up the front to the collarbone. One hand goes out, and you are underneath, over the top, corner of your eyebrow. Other hand, underneath, over the top, corner of the eyebrow. All right, let's add a couple more Danyus. The reason we add the Danyus is you're activating those meridians you just traced, and that is taking information from your biofield, in front of your body, outside of your body, and it's sharing that information to the inside of the body. Hopefully, we've got all of the things cleared up. So your cells are now rejuvenating. And the phrase that they use, which works the very best, is, I return my cells to their natural state. That's the phrase that allows for the greatest rejuvenation. Okay, so your fingers go at your cheekbone, going in front of your ear, cheekbone. Over your ear, cheekbone. Down the side of the head, down the side of the body. Danyu right there, comes back in, goes out towards the ribs, comes back towards the belly button. Take your hand out. It can be straightforward. I like to cross mine over a little bit. I'm going to take my hand underneath, lung to thumb. Pointer finger, I'm going to pull that. Hand is going to go to the opposite nostril. If it's too much for you, just leave it right in front. Underneath, over the top, and all I do is just open my hand, opposite nostril. Right, lung, large intestine, liver, gallbladder. Okay, let's do one more set of Danyus. Now that we have that activated, that's along the side of the body, through the belly. Again, we're just doing a high sit. Don't want you to go down too low. Unless you know how to do Danyus. Just keep it very relaxed. You just want to engage the meridians. One more. Up and out. In and down. We got it. Okay. A couple days ago I finished with the Cook's Hookup. It is a beautiful way to finish. Seated meditation, standing meditation would be great. I included for you this time a posting just ahead of this that is a meditation for centering. It's a wonderful exercise, helps you learn what center feels like and how you can notice it. So please take advantage of the meditation. If you came on a little bit later, just for tomorrow, I believe I have a meeting tomorrow at 5 o'clock my time, which is when we would do this broadcast. And so I may have to broadcast an hour earlier, and I will post that tomorrow morning when they confirm with me that yes, indeed, the meeting is going to be at 5. So I apologize for tomorrow. The rest of the week looks like it should be fine, but tomorrow I may just have a little problem. So just so you know, it could be an hour earlier. And let's do Cook's Hookup. So one foot comes out, crossing one over, crossing the hand over and linking the fingers. Tongue goes to the roof of the mouth. We're just linking up the figure 8 pattern. Hopefully you can feel all the energy we did. If you came on late today, I did Tai Chi bubble bath at the beginning. This is a beautiful exercise for increasing energy and also clearing the biofield, clearing the energy that surrounds you. And so that little exercise, if you go back and watch it, please put that into your toolbox because it's a great way. If you're just not feeling quite right, sometimes just doing that bubble bath will clear everything else off. And once you clear the bioffield or the energy on the outside of the body, it keeps it from going to the inside. And that's the key piece. So if you've done all your hand washing, changed clothes, had your shower, whatever, from having to venture out into any germs, if you do all of that and then you're all set to go, you're ready now for inside and you feel like you're clean, so to speak, then what I recommend is do that bubble bath, because if there's any frequency shift that's happened on the outside of the body, you'll be able to catch it and then it can't come to the inside. So that'll help you a lot. Okay, I see many names on the side. I just see green bars at the moment. I'll go check and see the names. I thank you so much for being here and sharing this journey. I look forward to every day at 5. You know, it's such a light in my day to know that I get to at least converse this way with you. I wish you were talking back to me, but anyway, be well, please share, and take advantage of some of the tips I put in there today. I was trying to be specific. Take care and thank you so much. And let me see. So, Mom, I want you to know on my dining room table is my birthday presents. So I opened the package, despite the fact it's not quite my birthday yet. And I love everything you sent. And I also love the birthday card that you sent. And I'm just going to give a little bit of shout out to Hannah Hicks, who is an amazing artist. If you want to look her up, it's Hannah, H-A-N-N-A-H, hicksart.com. She has the most beautiful pictures she's painted, and thank you for the card, Mom. So I should say, and Dad, because Dad brought it when he came. Okay, so hello to you. Alina, thank you for joining us. Sabra, Charlotte, Sharon. Haven't seen you in a long time, Sharon. I'm missing you. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for being here. And Jeanette, glad you found us. Talk to you soon. Have a great rest of your day.